First off, Kaleigh, talk about your decision. Obviously, coming back to the Komets, tell us about how that decision got made in your mind.
Oh, well, obviously a chance to play in my hometown again, so I think that's a lot of what it came down to, and I think the exposure of the new league is going to be great. It's going to be fun to play more teams, and the fans should be excited. And they're also signing good players, and I think the two most important things for me are exposure and winning, and I think I can get those both in Fort Wayne.
Talk a little bit about the decision-making process. Obviously, you had some offers outside of the Komets that I'm sure you had to consider.
Yeah, I think, and this is my first time going through the whole process as a second-year guy, and being my first off season. I talked to some teams in the ECHL, and I got some pretty good offers. But at the end of the day, I think this is the best choice for me is right here in my own backyard. I think I really can't beat playing anywhere else. I think that the comfort level here too, and with Coach Sims, and like I said, the guys that they're signing, the teammates from last year that have signed, I think that's important to me as well.
Talk about your game, what you need to do. Obviously, a great rookie season. We saw your offensive skills develop as the season went on. What do you need to do in the off season, and then here in your second season at Fort Wayne to continue to improve your game?
I just think in the off season, be in shape. One thing that's important is be ready to compete at camp. Just like you would in the Turner Cup Finals. You're not competing so much against other teams, but against other players that are trying to take your job. And I think that's something that just because you sign doesn't mean you're on the team. And if you lose that competitive edge and you get comfortable, I think you can really find yourself looking for somewhere else to play real quick.
Heading into camp last year, you were kind of a guy. People were hoping you would make the team, but people really didn't know what kind of skills that you had. And I think in one of the articles I read, they said you were kind of like a long shot to make the team, and there you are as the Rookie of the Year in terms of the Komets team. How do you go about following that up with another great campaign?
Well, I just think, don't change anything from last year. The work ethic, work on some of my skills. I know, the assistant coach and Gary Graham helped me out a lot last year, and Coach Sims displayed a lot of confidence in me. But just the same thing. And this year I'm going to be looking. I want to step into a leadership role and help. Help some of the younger guys out and be more of a voice in the room and try to establish myself more as a leader. I've done it as a rookie, and now I'm ready to step up. And we'll need a lot of our guys to step up now with Chalk gone.
Yeah, how was that when you watch some of the guys that you look up to, the Colin Chalks and the Kevin Bertrams and Constantine, those type of players, now that they are either moving on or decided to call it a career? This is kind of an off-season where we're seeing a lot of change of face of the Komets.
Yeah, and I'm glad I had the opportunity to play with those guys because I learned so much last year, and that was a great thing about our team last season is we had so many veterans and had played a lot of games, and especially Chalk. He was there for me all year. But like you said, Birdie, Shaffy, even Huckalo, they all help out, and they're guys that everyone looks up to in the room. So I think losing those guys hurts, but at the same time, I think that's opening the door for some other guys to step up.
When you take a look at the alignment of the conference and the teams that you'll be playing, how is this going to provide better exposure for a guy like yourself?
Well, I think anytime you play more teams, you're seen by more coaches and more scouts. So I think that'll help. And at the same time, I have a tryout in Hershey, which is going to be that's the way I'm going to try to get my exposure this year. Is hopefully go to Hershey and have a good camp there, and probably start the year in Fort Wayne. And maybe if someone gets injured, I'll have a shot to play a couple games in the AHL, similar to what Ciro did last year, and get my feet wet at that level. So that's exciting for me too, because I love playing here, but at the same time, I want to move up, and I never want to second guess myself and say, well, I never tried.
Talk a little bit about obviously you got a teammate from Newman College coming up. What are we going to see out of him this year?
I think I think he has a great shot to make the team, and I think he's going to surprise a lot of people. Not many people know about him now, but after they see him skate, they'll really appreciate his speed and his style of play. He's a skilled player. I think he played 100 games in college and was a point-a-game guy, which we played in a tough conference in our Division III. So I think the fans are going to really like Wardy.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add, Kaleigh?
No, thanks. No, thanks. I'm just excited for this upcoming season, and I'm glad I'm going to be a Fort Wayne Komet again.